the way in.
Yep, that's it. Keep her in. Keep her in. Keep her in. I'm in it. I gotta bring her left. I don't know.
You're good. Don't need it.
Okay, I know.
Oh, there we go. That's paid.
I gotta get back to my
Fuck
body.
yeah, dude. That was a 119 move. Fuck yeah. There we go. All right? That's all. Let's go for our highest speed yet. Keep that loud. Just keep that loud.
Got it.
We're gonna have to get hard. You gotta get out a little bit. Yeah,
Got it. Here we go.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Not scrubbing.
Wish it there. Wish it there. Wish it there. We gotta go wider. I can't when there's a boat there. Now, what the fuck is that boat doing over there?
I don't know.
We're on the red line right now.
There we are.
128, 129. It's all yours. Yep, I got it. All right, when you straighten out, I'm going to kill your motor. Yeah, I'm not doing it yet. I don't want to
already
get cold. You ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Fuel pump off too.
Racing around corners in a Supercat at 130 plus in one of the world's most premier offshore racing outfits, the IHRA Offshore, at the 2026 New Orleans Offshore Grand Prix. How did I get here? Well, let's tell the story. And those of you that watch the channel know it's story time. Turn down the lights, grab some milk and cookies like you're in 3rd grade, grab a blanket, your wife, and some spare life jackets, you might need them. Sit down on your comfy couch and be prepared to lose yourself in some old school long form format where we take you on an adventure. We get a little nerdy, we talk about the details and give you information that might make you a little smarter about the subject. And unlike the cheap thrill short form format that might leave you feeling empty, we're going to fill your emotional bandwidth, something you might have been missing over the last few years, and something you've evolved to need and love. If you have not laughed, maybe sung along to your favorite song, cheered, rejoiced, and even cried during this episode, we've not done our job. This is also an AI-free zone where we don't use artificial visuals. What you see is real life. So sit back and enjoy this unique content brought to you by How to Live. And I guess this story starts, well, about 10 years ago, when my military contracting firm got bought by a bigger firm called Textron. You see, my twin brother and I, we were the nerds, back of the class, taking things apart, putting things back together, blowing things up.
Yeah, jam that in the gas bucket. We'll shoot fireballs at it. Yeah, we gotta step way back. It's gonna be fun.
And maybe mixing chemicals you shouldn't mix, but it was all for good. It was to learn. It was for knowledge and wisdom and understanding physics and how this world works. This put us on a path for the rest of our lives to become innovators. And by our early 30s, we had found ourselves in the Guinness World Book of Records. We were making life-saving robots for firefighters, first responders in the military, and pulling in contracts worth millions of dollars. Textron saw the talent in us and decided to buy us in 2018. We were realizing the American dream. Work hard, do something nobody else has done, take risks, and it might pay off. And from the modest beginnings with canoes and kayaks, which we still love, we were able to enter a whole new world of high-speed boating. My wife and I decided to dive headfirst into this new culture of high-speed boating, where we explored the Bahamas and southern Florida at high speed. We covered tens of thousands of miles at over 100 miles an hour in very short time. We established 2 world records, one being from Portland, Maine all the way down to Key West, and we broke 2 records, one being from New York City to Hatteras and New York City to Miami. And through these adventures, we started a channel called How to Live, which is what you're watching now. And what we found out through all these adventures was that the high-speed pleasure boating community is very connected to the offshore racing community. Sarah and I met the Lockyers on an FPC fun run. He owned a race team and essentially wanted me to operate his 52-foot OuterLimits for an offshore race in England called the Solent 80. Of course I said yes, and somehow we finished first in this race. I was officially hooked.
Boys, let's do it again sometime.
Yeah,
Fast forward to the Offshore World Championships in Key West this year.
Slow down. We're doing 60. I'm on a hard.
And again, I found myself in one of Rob Lockyer's cockpits throttling this amazing 40-foot OuterLimits for the Super V class. It was a challenging week of racing, but we managed to get on the podium once, and it felt great. But I had this weird feeling that maybe I didn't belong in this boat, or a V-hull at all. It just didn't handle like I wanted it to. And it occurred to me that the tens of thousands of miles that I have over 100 miles an hour offshore were always on a cat. And maybe I was just never going to be comfortable with racing a V-hull. And lo and behold, the last day of the races, I was offered to drive the X-Insurance turbine boat offshore. And the first hard turn at 140, that's all it took. It was an instant epiphany. I knew from that day forward, I had to be racing a cat. Government cut, Miami, Florida. We did it. As the onslaught of adrenaline finally drained from my veins, after these 2 days of perseverance and struggle, I was left empty and drained and stunned. The only thing I could feel at that moment was love. Now that was an amazing memory. Man, do I get distracted. Where was I? Oh yeah, buying a Super Cat for the 2026 race season with about 2 or 3 months to prep.
What did we just do?
We bought a boat. Going racing.
And we bought a really badass boat.
Really badass. With a freaky fast boat.
And this all happened mid-November 2025, which gave us only about 2 or 3 months to buy a boat, buy 4 used engines, buy some crash boxes, buy some outdrives, buy a whole lot of props, buy a bunch of trailers, and all the equipment that goes with it. And we can't forget about the high-speed boat wrap. And finally, build an incredible team it's going to take to put this all together. It was going to be close, and at the time I knew it was possible. Come to find out, just barely.
Yeah, you'll get enough out of that. Dude, I want to get smashed. I want to get drunk and forget about today.
After about 3 months of hard work, we were finally in a spot we felt pretty comfortable. We had bought CR's old Jimmy Johnson's boat and all the parts needed to get it going. We sent it to Performance Boat Center. They rigged it for a month and a half. We had CTS make a beautiful trailer for it, and we shipped it south so we could start testing with it on the open ocean in Fort Myers. But after all this work, you might ask, how did we pick a 388 skater to enter in this class for the first time? And the answer is simple. After a ton of research, we knew we wanted a skater 388. This is an iconic inboard high-speed catamaran that has more podiums to its belt than any other cat in this specific class. It's extremely durable and reliable in the deep seas. But it's also extremely fast and corners extremely well. So the Skater 388 gets our check mark. The question is, where do we find one? Lucky for us, one of the best 388 skaters ever built, and with a high-speed record of 205 miles an hour, was on the market. Our timing was perfect to pick up the iconic, freaky fast Jimmy John's CR race boat. Now, I might have forgotten to mention that while we're working on the race boat, we were also working on the new DSK Kraken K2 at our boatyard in Charleston. This vessel is not only a support boat for the race team, but it's also the reason the race team exists, as one of its primary focuses is to promote the DSK brand, the Super Kraken. 2 boats being manufactured at the same time, 2 different locations. Yes, things were a little crazy at that time. But the plan was to smash these 2 worlds together at the same time in Fort Myers while we were testing the Super Cat, and use the K2 Super Kraken as a support and safety vessel. The skater was going to come by land from Lake of the Ozarks, the Performance Boat Center, while K2 the Super Kraken was going to come by water. A nice little trip down the East Coast, cut into Stewart, do a run through Lake Okeechobee, and all the way to Fort Myers. If we could pull this off, this was going to be an epic week to remember, and it was going to set us up perfectly for the first IHRA offshore race of the season in St. Pete, just weeks away. This was an emotional trip with beautiful sights and sounds, but it took trust and faith in everybody to pull it off, and made me wonder, what's more powerful, lightning or the thunder? Or does it truly matter when it takes both?
People say they want the crown, till they drown and they get pulled under. Looking at me, can't believe I earned it. Now they all want a part of my hunger.
This boat is an absolute pig pen, but she's coming together. Stuff's getting wired. You know how it looks before it's gonna look better.
Now, so please tell me why they trying to stop me. Now that I'm flying free and I'm living loudly. It takes faith and discipline to hold on to anyone.
Eric's taking over. 40,000 pounds of Kraken.
The victory is for you to own. You're the lightning of my thunder. Yeah, yeah, you're the lightning of my pain, my gain. You're the lightning of my thunder. Yeah, you're the lightning of my pain, my gain.
All right, so this is the first lock in the Okeechobee Run, and coming from the east side going west. And you just come in here and you just come in here quietly, and you call them on the go ahead and you call them on the radio and you let them know you're coming in. They'll open it up, and then you will wear your fancy little life jacket. You guys are kind of holding it right now. It looks like 3 of you should be able to get it. Oh, I don't have my life vest on. You ready to stick it? Go ahead, stick it somewhere nice. And those of you that watch the channel know that this is a swag tag. If you see it out and about in your own travels, go ahead and take a picture of it. Post it to your social media so we see it, and we'll send out the most awesome swag package. I love your life jackets, so nice. Speaking of awesome life jackets, have you ever seen the real Captain Ron in real life? And while we don't condone making fun of other people or other boaters, they can make it kind of hard not to sometimes. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, good job, boss. Slow down, there are boats all over the place. Don't worry, they'll get out of the way. Hold on! Hold on!
Get off my foot!
All right, let's tie her off and kick back some cold ones, huh? You want a minute? Yeah, I guess I'll go with a margarita, huh?
But I would say sometimes Hollywood's a bit more forgiving than real life. No, honey, he was not asking for directions. Oh, here he goes. He's gonna hit. Now, keep in mind, he's trying to leave the lock. And if I was asked to actually turn my boat side to in a lock, I'm not even sure I could. This guy's talented.
Many unbearable hours later.
Should I apologize for that last segment or keep it real? Comment below and let me know if your feelings were hurt or if you were laughing. And there's nothing cooler than meeting How2Live fans in our travels. This is why we spend so much time making these videos. Thanks you guys for watching. It means a ton. Oh, honey. Thanks for watching, you guys. Take care. Well, the trip down south in the Super Kraken was amazing. We covered some serious ground and we covered it quickly. It's one of the smoothest operating boats you'll experience. And if you're interested in a Kraken for yourself, reach out to info@deepseakraken.com. But please keep in mind that these are not mass-produced boats. We'll be taking a very select number of buyers and developing custom Krakens to suit their needs.
Going round with me, if you want to see what I see, then come on, baby, come aboard. I'll teach you how to live offshore. If you want to go around with me, if you want to see what I see, then come on, baby, come aboard. I'll teach you how to live offshore.
In short order, we pulled into Fort Myers, but not without a little bit of heavy fog. It was as thick as pea soup. It was a good thing we had our state-of-the-art Ray Marine Cyclone Pro spun up. This thing's amazing. It's a profile designed for over 100 miles an hour and provides a super low latency image at 60 revolutions per minute. It's perfect for fast boats that want to be safe. And the timing was perfect. We showed up literally 5 minutes after the race boat showed up at the newly rebuilt Sanibel boat launch. It was time for the fog to burn off so Cade and I could learn this race boat.
It's been a month of crazy stress. A month enough stress for anybody to get fat fingers and fat toes because their cortisol level is like through the roof. To get here and to see the race boat in person, to get on it, know it exists, know that we're going to Cade and I can go out there.
Now this is Cade Wilson, owner of Sterling Engines, and after meeting him at the World Championships in Key West of 2025, we hit it off and we knew we had to race together, so we teamed up. He agreed to sponsor the team and provide the engines for this year. We were also going to put him behind the driver's seat. He has plenty of experience driving race cars, and we were hoping that was going to translate to driving race boats. And after a quick prep meeting with his crew chief, Jason Mast, it was time to get on the water. The fog was clearing, we had some miles to put on so we could learn this boat. She's a beast without compromise. It was going to take everything we had. Before we started our turn testing, it was important for us to understand the trim characteristics of the race boat. Because high-speed cats are essentially wings on the water, trim is one of the most important control aspects of the vessel. There's often a fine line between having too much trim and blowing the boat backwards and having just enough trim to be fast. Now you throw Mother Nature in there, waves, wind, and current, and it becomes pretty complicated quickly. And even if you found this fine line of perfect trim and perfect speed, you can still be blown backwards by a wind gust or coming too close to another race boat, as that effect will close off the outlet of the air from the tunnel, again causing excess lift, and you go backwards. And it's for this reason I decided to incrementally start testing the trim characteristics of this vessel. I needed to know its limits and where it felt safe to operate in all conditions. At what angle of trim does it feel lofty and fast? And what angle of trim does it feel slow and planted? You can see here I'm timing the throttle with the ocean rolls and incrementally increasing trim until it feels lofty. Okay, let's take it up a notch, this time acknowledging I'm headed into the wind a little bit. Oh, that was good. A little more. That's it, found it. We'll bring it back down. And that there is as close as I want to get to a tripping stuff without rescue personnel in the area. With the loftiness and the trim of the boat tested and understood, it was time to try some turns. The problem is turning hard at high speeds can be dangerous without a rescue crew. It's also not realistic out here because we don't have buoys and we don't have other boats we're racing against. Unfortunately, turning this boat hard at race speeds is going to be something we're going to have to learn at the races themselves. After some soft, safe turns at over 100 miles an hour, it was time to call the testing. We had learned what we were going to learn together without actually being in a race. So it was time to go back to Sanibel boat launch, get the boat on the trailer, get it back to the shop, clean it, and prep it for the first race of the season only 2 weeks away at St. Pete. The plan was to put my crew chief, Eric Draper, in the driver's seat, get him some experience while going back to the boat launch. We quickly hit 130, slowed down to go under the Sanibel bridge, and that's when all hell broke loose. And it happened so fast, nobody even really got it on video. But we had a serious engine fire that was shooting 3-foot flames out the intake vents. We quickly grabbed our fire extinguishers and stuffed the nozzles through the flames coming out of the intakes, hair burning off the back of my hands. We emptied both fire extinguishers in 10 seconds to no avail. The flames were still pouring out of the engine hatch. We were out of fire extinguishers, so we were yelling to other boaters as they were passing by, "Throw us your fire extinguishers!" And within seconds, from many different angles, we had fire extinguishers being chucked at the boat. We caught some, but we couldn't catch them all. Some are bouncing off the side, off the deck. But the ones we caught, we were able to use. And again, to no avail. And then Eric, who's a full-time firefighter, yells at me, "We have less than a minute to get off this boat before she explodes." I grabbed one last fire extinguisher, stuck it in the second vent, and let it rip. 10 seconds later, the flames went down just enough that we could pop the hatch. The internal engine compartment fire extinguishers had just gone off and brought the flames down low enough we could put the remaining out with one last fire extinguisher. I looked at the motors. It was all black. Everything was melted, smoldering. And I looked at the stainless steel fuel lines. They were steaming hot, but intact. We were within seconds from losing the boat and possibly our lives. This one was close. And be honest, what would you have done? Jumped off the boat immediately or tried to save it? Comment below.
I've never seen anything like that.
I was happy we were alive and happy the boat was still floating in one piece and not melted to the waterline. but I was gutted. 3 of the hardest weeks of my life, and just days away from the race. We're done. We failed.
We could stay a little longer. Not a soul in the forest, just the trees and you. When I hold you close, you say it's perfect and I know it. Oh, my love. How does it feel to be alive? We're running out of time. Let's explore our places. These wild places make us timeless. These wild places where we live and love.
How does it feel to be alive? Time. Let's explore ocean's wild places.
These wild places make us timeless. These wild places where we live and love. How does it feel to be alive?
How does it feel to be alive?
You know you're running out of time. Let's explore ocean's wild places.
We lost the headers.
A good team is tested, where trust in each other is forged through adversity on the battlefield. It's not bought or created by sliding pieces into place like it's a chessboard. It's more emotional than logical. It's a bond through action over complacency and mission over selfishness, where your reaction to catastrophe counts far more than your willingness to cross the start line. We decided before we left the boat launch that evening we were going to go to St. Pete no matter what it took. It meant a continuation of the hardest weeks of our lives. But there wasn't one single member of the team that said no, we couldn't do it. We may not have the fastest boat, we may not have the newest boat, but for this reason, I'm more excited now than I've ever been to race with these people in this team.
Lost the bearing in the water pump. The water pump and shaft assembly, or the pulley and shaft assembly came out here.
It was a $2 water pump bearing that cost us so much, but built our team. When the water pump blew apart, the engine lost its coolant fluid, and the red-hot exhaust caught the boat on fire. Most of the motor was ruined, but it was time to ship it back to Sterling, have another one built, and ship it back within a week. The timeline was almost impossible. Could we pull it off? Where there's a will, there's a way. Somehow this team pulled it off, with only a few days to spare.
Moving through your ways with the 10 to 10. Ain't no telling where we going, it depends on speed. I'm just looking for a ride in the Super Cascader. I'm just trying to get it tricky and make amends, man.
Come on, baby, start. Yes.
Be careful!
Give me something to believe. Tell me, can you feel the thunder? Tell me, can you feel the thunder? Tell me, can you feel the thunder?
She tested flawlessly, and with 3 days to go to the first race at St. Pete, we had no time to spare. It's time to get north. But look at the time, it's 25 minutes in, and I know your ADHD's probably kicking, just like mine. So you're just gonna have to stay tuned for the next episode to see what happens in St. Pete and New Orleans. And as you probably guessed, we have some serious ups and some serious downs. But it's all worth every single minute. And sorry for the cliffhanger, everybody. And until next time, this is Mike and Sarah with the whole How to Live Offshore race team. Boat safe, boat happy, over and out.
Yeah, I got it out of 3. I had to hold my own.
Tell me what you see. My dreams, they've been out of my reach. Please give me something to believe. Tell me, can you feel the thunder?
Oops, excuse me.
Feel the thunder. Tell me, can you feel the thunder? Tell me, can you feel the thunder? Tell me, can you feel the thunder?
I almost forgot. If you guys like this original music from How to Live, it's not on iTunes, but we will be releasing it as an album next episode. So watch closely for a clue on a downloadable link.
You wanna go